Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I'm going to be showing you a new kit. They were kind of last minute, but I have 10, or actually 9 kits. One of them have sold already, just from me posting. So anyways, I have 9 kits, and what I did was I made covers. I had a banner set that I had purchased. I don't remember if it was Amazon. But anyway, it was like a pink themed, and you'll see here in a second, a pink themed banner. So I made covers, and then I put together some kits that kind of contain what you would need to make a journal out of this. So I'll just go ahead and show you. This is one of the covers, and I'll show you the other covers as well. But 5 of them had this ribbon, and then I'll show you the other ribbon on the other because I ran out of it. But they all have some pink scrapbook paper on the inside. I put a pink and white striped fabric on the back. I stitched it, and they all have rickrack. So it's a pretty simple cover, but you do have extra stuff in here that you could possibly decorate it with. So you get the cover, and then you get all of the stuff here. So I'll just start on the top here. You get this, I think it's about probably 1 yard or maybe 2 feet of eyelash trim on this really fun little tag. And then there's a little baggie of some die cuts. So I'll show you what's in here. There is little tiny stars and snowflakes. I won't take those out. There's this really fun vintagey looking Christmas tree. There are a couple tags or tabs, a little, I think it's a 2 by 2 square or 1.5 by 1.5 scallop square, and then this really fun tag. So that's what's in this little baggie. Put that back. Each kit comes with a pink little doily, and then it has 2 vintage recipe cards. They'll all be different, but they all have like a pink theme on them. And then this is like a menu card, but I just love it had the pink. These are from the Betty Crocker card library. So they each have those. There is a pink and gold envelope, and then inside that is a vintage music card and flash card, and then a while you were out sheet. And then there is a dyed CD holder that has a bunch of fun goodies inside. Pull them out here. I made some cupcake trees, and if you didn't see my story or reel or YouTube short, I made those. There are 4 tickets. There is a little tiny doily. There is a vintage, not vintage sticker, but vintage image sticker, different Christmas images. There is a journaling card. This Who, What, Where, When card. Different play monies here from different board games. Monopoly, I'm not sure what this one is, and then I'm not sure what this one is. So those are all in that package. And then there is a piece of scrapbook paper, different colors. There's different ones in the different kits. These will all be in the same listing. I'll have each of the covers as an option. So, but they'll all get basically the same stuff. The vintage book pages will be different, obviously, but here's another. There's a vintage clothespin, and I wrapped 2 feet of lace around here, and then 2 feet each of this fat yarn and a fuzzy yarn. And then a vintage spool with, it's about 1.5 feet of vintage rickrack. I just took what I had and divided it up between the 10, and that's what it ended up being. And then there is a yard of pink and white twine with an embroidery needle. And then there's a little baggie of a couple vintage buttons and then some pink and clear beads and buttons in there. And then you get a half of a vintage lace doily. I didn't have enough. If I had had 10 of these, I would have put one in each one, but I just wanted to share them, and yeah. So you get a half, and that's perfectly enough to like decorate pages and stuff. And then there are basic sheets and vintage book pages. So there is a pink lined paper, the small memo size, and then this 8.5 by 11 sheet. This is a piece of vintage wrapping paper. I didn't have a lot of that, so I just stuck that little bit in there. There's a piece of pink dyed paper. There is a couple different music sheets. So I have this one. The images are all different. So there's that one. Then there's one of these. And then they each have a vintage coloring book page. This is like a make your own ornament book page. And this is an ideals page. So they each have one of those. And then they each have a synonyms and antonyms, like library book page. Or not library book, but dictionary page. But there are synonyms and antonyms. There is a vintage ledger page, a graph paper, and an address notebook paper. So that is what is included in this little fun last minute Christmas gift item, hint hint. And let me show you the other covers. So again, there's this cover. There is this cover here, and on the inside, this is what's there. There is another Santa one, a little bit different. And on the inside is this paper. And this one has the velvet ribbon. Here's another Santa one that has that paper on the inside with the velvet ribbon. Here is a really cute reindeer. I'm trying to get these out of the way. Reindeer with this paper on the inside, and it has the striped ribbon. And then here is another Santa one with this paper on the inside and a velvet ribbon. And then here's another Santa. They're all slightly different. And then this is on the inside, and that one. So these are considered a soft cover. There's more structure on the front, but it's a soft cover. And I believe it's 5 1/4 by 8 3/4, if you want to know the size. Here is another one of them. This is a gingerbread theme. This is on the inside with the striped ribbon. Another gingerbread theme with that on the inside and a striped ribbon. And then, oh, the last one I already sold, so that was this one, but I'll just show it to you anyways. And I wish I had had more of this paper, but I just didn't, so that's why I just kind of used what I had. So anyway, that is it, guys. I'll pull it all back in here so you can see it all again. The doily. And then all of the little goodies here. The envelope. That and all these little fun things here. Alrighty, so go ahead and check that out. The link will be down below, and the Etsy listing will have all the details. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.